and welcome back to Ride Rescue. Well, in this episode, I want to set up a travel trailer for this truck. In one of my past videos, you may have seen I've taken this out with a little pop-up travel trailer a couple of times, testing the truck, working out the bugs, and I had a few. That pop-up travel trailer that I had set up for a little Nissan pickup. And that little truck was pretty much maxed out with that travel trailer. It was about 3,500 pounds. By the time I put all the gear and everything in there, I was a little over 4,000 pounds in the trailer. And on the tongue weight of that little trailer, I was probably 500 pounds, maybe 600 pounds. So putting it behind this truck, the truck handled fantastic. I didn't need a leveling hitch. I didn't need a stabilizer. It handled really well. We wanted to upgrade. Now that I've got a bigger truck and I have more capability, I wanted to get a bigger trailer. So we sold a little trailer and we decided to rent. So what I did is I rented a trailer in southern Utah, which is about 4 hours from my house, and we took it down to southern Nevada. Well, in southern Nevada, that 100 miles with the travel trailer that I rented, I maxed out everything what I thought I knew about this truck. And what I thought I knew was it could handle 10,000 pounds behind pulling, and it could handle 2,000 pounds on the rear bumper. It's not true. The trailer that I rented was probably a little over 1,000 pounds on the bumper, which sounds way below what its capabilities are. And I was pulling about 7,000 pounds. Not bad. This truck did not handle well. It was frightening in a windstorm coming back from southern Nevada. I used a tank of gas to go a very small distance, which it was just sucking through the gas going uphill into a wind, and it was all over the place. So I knew I needed to really research before I bought me a trailer and know exactly what I was getting into. So it was a good experience to rent and find out. So I've got this new trailer that I bought. It's actually a used trailer, but I did purchase it after doing a lot of investigation. So I want to share a little bit of that in this video, and then I want to set up the towing stabilizer and the leveler hitch to this setup. So before I do anything, I want to take measurements on the truck on just exactly how it sits. So for starters, I want to measure the height of the front fender. So we've got 36 1/4. I'll make note of that. Now the rear, I'm 37 1/4. So now that I know where the truck is setting level, and level as per the truck and to the ground, I have about 500 pounds in the bed. So it actually sets a little bit higher normally, but I wanted to put a lot of weight in the back, similar to what I would normally be putting in the back of the truck. Generator, extra propane, things that way, maybe 5 gallons of gas that I would normally be taking when I go camping that I won't be putting in the trailer. So now I want to level up the trailer. The trailer right now is setting level so that everything, doors and everything work, but the ground slopes. So I want to level it up to the ground. I want it to be parallel to the ground so that it's simulate how this truck will be going down the road. So to do that, I will measure the frame, the nose and at the tail, and get it parallel to the ground, and then I can start setting everything up. So now that I got the trailer where I want it, I've actually got it bearing on the truck, and you can see the nose was going up. I don't have all the weight of the trailer on the tail end yet, so I'll do that now. So now that I have the trailer parallel, I made a dimension from the ground to the top of the hitch ball receptacle, and that's 22.5 inches. Now I can start playing around now that I know where the trailer is parallel, and I'll start working on the truck. Okay, now I have all the weight on the back bumper. Let's see how much the nose went up. bad. Almost a full inch. Still don't want it to go up. Maybe ½ inch at top. The tail went down almost 2 inches. So now I kind of have my target for where I want to bring the tail up and bring the nose down. So the way these are designed, it actually is mounted on an angle so that when the bars are pulled up in tension, it will put pressure on the hitch and everything that it should somewhat level out. It'll probably still stay at a little bit of an angle, but that's one of the things you have to play with once you're getting everything parallel to the ground and set up correctly. So this particular design, it has a wheel here. Some of them have a bolt and you put washers behind it. This just has an adjustable bolt, and then it also has one that tightens up below. So that piece then mounts with a couple of bolts through here, and you can see how this is slotted so that that can adjust. So my dimension for the top of this needs to be 23.5 to keep the frame of the trailer parallel to the ground. So then in theory, if I allow the tail of the truck to squat maybe an inch, then the top of this ball should be an inch higher than this. Right there is an inch. Now, if I allow this to squat a ½ inch to an inch, then if I'm trying to keep this level, the truck level, that will allow me to go down about an inch on the rear suspension. I don't want this to drop an inch, so I need to have everything come up an inch so that it can settle. So with this being all the way up, as high as it'll go at this configuration, that should work. So that'll be my starting point. That's where I'll start testing everything. I have a feeling I might have to raise it another inch, so I'm going to have to take this and reverse it. But I don't want it too high so that I can close or let the tailgate down and not risk hitting. If I am parked somewhere, if I disconnect the trailer and I still have my hitch eye in place, I don't want it to be hitting that and damaging the tailgate either. So knowing the other way around, it does clear, I'm going to start with that. Now this EAZ-LIFT design is set up with a groove here where once you slide it up into place, it clicks into that groove. It takes a little bit of effort and muscle, but it does snap in. To release them, you just twist it far enough back, they just slide right out. So pretty neat design. I'll back the truck up and get the weight of the trailer on the truck just a little, about where I want it level, and then we'll clamp these up into place and see if everything starts to line up. And now that I have that locked into place, now I should be able to start maneuvering things without risking it lifting out. So the instructions say to start out with the second link. This will give me a good idea of where this needs to be. That looks good. And of course I don't want those down that far, so I need to adjust them up. The best way to do it is to raise the truck and take the tension off. So raise the trailer and the truck together. You see, I'm getting closer. I want this bar to be parallel to the frame rail. So I need to go up one more link. That's looking good. I'll go ahead and lower it down and we'll take some measurements and see how close I am to where I want to be. It's fairly parallel. I think if I did bring it up one more, it might even be too high. Frame wise, trailer's sitting level. So excellent. I got the frame parallel to the ground on the trailer. I got the top here right where I want it. Tail end has come down an inch, which is good. This is the one that really counts. The nose went up a quarter inch. So I am really happy with where everything is sitting right now. I just need to torque all these bolts down. You can see that they're just loose, but everything is where I want it to be. Truck set level, trailer set level. These are parallel. Can't get much better than that. These still need to be tightened down. And then once I get all of that exactly set and torqued. Now for the sway bar is like a brake system, like you would have on a disc brake. It's got brake pads that clamp down on the bar, and depending on how much pressure you put on that is how much friction it has to resist the sway. This end, pretty simple. Just clips in. This end the same, but to get it set up, the instructions say from the center of the ball to the center of this rear ball, 24 inches. So I measured that. 24 inches. I need to mount this ball plate right here. There's 6 bolts that go into it. I have to drill into the frame, and they're self-tapping bolts that will mount this directly to the tongue. Requires a 11/32 drill bit. Pilot hole probably quarter, maybe 3/16. I want this to be fairly level, so I'm going to mount this a little high because that actually rides a little bit high here on the tongue. Make sure there's no wires on the other side or inside. Don't want to be drilling through a wire. There's no wires internally, so I'm good. Normally I'd put a little lubricant on here too. Don't have that here either. Actually, I do. A little WD-40. And before I drill all of them and find out that it's the wrong size, I have lock washers. I will start with putting one in, and then I can drill the rest. I don't like how it feels so loose. Tightens down okay, but I'm going to back off a 32nd on the drill bit. Yeah, that taps much better. Instructions don't always follow it. If I would have drilled all these holes, I'd have been pissed. When it comes to the tension, I'm going to have to read up on that. Don't know exactly how much tension to put on this part of it. I'm really happy with how all of this came together. Now I just need to take it all back apart. Before I take it for a drive, I want to make sure everything's tight. And just another note, when it comes to taking the tension off of these, raise the truck up, raise the trailer up, get the tension off of these before you release it. If I released it right now, it's going to go down with some oomph, some violence to it. Could it hit the floor? Could it hit your foot? There are stories out there that say they can. I don't know, and I don't want to find out. So I'm going to raise it up, take everything off, tighten it down. I'm done. And like I say, next week, I'm going to take this thing for a drive. Try it all out. So thanks for watching. Appreciate you tuning in. Give me a like, leave me a comment. Love to hear from you. But please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. It helps me grow my channel. Thanks again for watching. Goodbye for now.